you guys, come on in. Welcome to the Van Orden Mansion. I'm so excited to have you here today.
We are too.
Yeah, great.
We're really excited.
Well, we're going to talk about the special exhibit that's here today, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go in the parlor. We'll start there. Okay, we are in the parlor, and there are lots of exhibits in here, but my personal favorite is the hand fan. Aren't these pretty?
They are.
Yeah. Did you know that there was language with the fan? I don't know if you guys got a chance to read this, but there's all different things that would be communicated by the way you hold a fan. So I didn't want to take the fans off the exhibit, but I kind of made one. Who wants to demonstrate something language of the fan? What does that mean?
We could be friends.
Huh, dropping a fan meant we could be friends. You want to try one?
Sure.
Interesting, huh? What's she doing?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
It means kiss me.
Ooh.
If you put the fan to your lips, then it means kiss me.
Oh.
Bella, how scandalous.
Good job, girls. Let's go to another room.
Yeah.
So do you guys know how to write cursive?
Yes.
You do? A lot of kids come in here and they don't know how to write cursive. It was originally called the Palmer writing method, and we have some examples here. Would one of you like to try writing your name in the Palmer writing method? Go for it. All right. R-A-Q-U-E-L. Good job. Nice going. Yay. So these are typewriters going way back to the middle of the 1800s. And if you go around, it comes all the way up to electric typewriters and early computers. But this is a typewriter from 1937, and we're going to try to type something on it. So first you have to load the paper. Who's going to be my person that loads the paper? And then somebody can try to type their name. Push it all the way. There you go. You got it. Like a professional. Who's going to type their name? Okay. Go ahead, Vivian. Okay, here she goes. You have to press pretty hard. Yeah. Good. Thanks. So, this is an old-fashioned radio. And you could listen to it as a group, and that's what they did instead of watching television. They'd sit around and listen to the program and use their imaginations. But you could listen to it privately. Here's a pair of headphones. They look a little different, don't they? Who's going to be our volunteer that puts on the headphones and pushes the button to listen to the program? Thanks. Good. Okay. So we're in the dining room. And on the dining room table, there are examples of a lot of different things, like the typewriter. Do you recognize this?
Yeah.
What is it?
The
Telephone. And this is a writing desk, and they didn't have pens and pencils like we have now. They had to use ink and write. And can anybody read this example? Their writing is so fancy back then. See if you can read any of that.
Last I wrote to you from this place, molesting
Not sure. It's kind of tricky to read, isn't it?
I think it's in deucing?
I think you got as far as most people get. It's tricky to read. Have you guys ever heard of hobos?
Yes.
Have you? Yeah, they're people that travel. They didn't have a home, and they traveled by train, place to place, getting work. But they had a way of communicating to find out things like, is this a friendly place? Is there a barking dog here? Will somebody give you food? And they had these different symbols they would like write out in the dirt or whatever. And a game was created that you could play Hobo Bingo. I'm going to ask one of you to just find a couple of symbols that are right in this room. Who wants to do it? Okay. She's going to just try to find the couple symbols that are in this room. They're hidden around the whole mansion, and like each room has a couple. And it's kind of fun. You only have to get one line to complete a Hobo Bingo, but a lot of kids want to do a blackout bingo and get the whole thing. Oh, she must have seen him when we walked in here the first thing. She found a couple. What did she find?
Bread.
Who knows what, bread? Is that what it means? Look on the,
Yeah, I think
yeah. Huh, how funny. Looks like bread means bread. What does that one mean over there?
it looks like a tape. It's sit down food.
Oh, so they'll even let you sit down. Cool. Okay, who knows what this is? What?
A telephone?
It is a telephone. Look how big it is and stuck to the wall. Who knows how to use this telephone? Yeah? Well, we actually have another telephone in the study, so why don't you go in the study and she will call you. Go ahead. All right, show us how it's done.
Hello, Vivian. How was school today? School was good today. Yeah, bye.
Who can guess what room we're in now? Go ahead.
Is it the study?
It is a study. You can see the desk and all the correspondence. Do you guys write letters?
Sometimes.
Do you? It was a really way of communicating back then because that was the only way they could, except by phone. Not everybody had phones. They'd write a lot of letters. More handwriting that's kind of tricky to read. Very pretty, but tricky to read. Did you guys ever think of bells as being a way to communicate?
Really?
Well, have you ever heard like churches ring bells when it's time to go to worship?
Yeah.
These bells were examples used back then. One of them was a bell that they rang at school to call the kids in, and one of them was a bell that they rang at the Merrimack Ferry when they were going to cross the Wisconsin River. Which one do you think is which?
The bigger one.
Yeah.
School. Crossing.
Who wants to ring the bell? Go ahead.
I'll do it.
Okay. Nice. So this is a cool room. Talks a lot about man mounds. It talks a lot about ho-chunk. And one thing that they did, the ho-chunks did, was they took a young tree called a sapling and they would form it so that it could be called a marker tree and it could symbolize things. I don't know if you can see this picture okay, but it makes a really funny shape. And it would signal things like this is a good place to cross, or there's some really good medicine, herbal things here that you could use, and they could communicate that way.
It's like a bridge.
It looks like a little bridge? Yeah. Do you guys like to get cards in the mail?
Yeah.
Do you still exchange Valentines in school?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, this case has a whole bunch of old greeting cards because it goes way back into the 1800s when they started printing and sending cards. They're really beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Check them out. Do you have like a favorite? Just a quick glance?
I like that bottom one down there because it looks a little bit medieval.
Ooh.
I like that cat because it's got creepy eyeballs. I mean, look at that thing.
There's a firefighter dog.
And I like
Aw.
the pink bells as well.
Oh, they're pretty, aren't they? So this is a demonstration of what the house was set up like originally when they brought electricity in, because it was pretty new. This house was built in 1905, and that was really new. And this shows you the system of how it worked. And the directions are here. Who would like to try it? Okay, so what are you doing? Turn the fuse there.
Close this
That's the master's shutoff switch.
and then press this button.
Light, ta-da! Do you guys like to ride your bikes?
Yes.
Would you want to ride one of these bikes?
No.
I would like to
I don't really like
try.
riding that one, but maybe that one.
Well, these bikes are back from the early 1900s, and they were actually used by military mainly to deliver messages. So this bicycle has a name called penny farthing. So see how the little wheel is in the front and the big wheel is in the back? It used to be the other way around, but they had to switch it because if the driver braked too suddenly, he would fly right off the bicycle.
Oh no.
Crazy, huh?
Man's
these-
first flight.
Man's first flight, good one. And these bikes, you can still see them in parades and stuff. Yeah. Okay, who knows what this is? What?
It's the Morse code thing.
It's the Morse code thing. Yeah, it's actually called telegram or telegraphy, but it was a way of communicating with this little box by typing out your letters in Morse code. So you'd have a long or a short. That'd be a short, long. Who wants to look at this and type out their name in Morse code? Okay, go ahead. Do you guys know what postcards are?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever gotten a postcard in the mail? It's fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
You don't know? Well, they were used a lot and they were sent from special places. You know, they'd have a pretty picture on one side and then there was a place to write a message on the back. So, do you want to read what that card says to us all?
If the folks at home could see me now.
Yeah, and then they'd write their own personal message on the other side. That's a nice, fun way of sending a short message. So look around. This is the maid's room. Yeah.
Hello, Emma. How are you doing?
She lived here. You recognize the talking tube behind you? But look at, she had her own little medicine cabinet and a place to wash up because her bathroom was down in the basement. She did have her own bathroom though. What a cute little bed, huh? A little closet. So this was where the live-in maid lived. And look, here's her pretty outfit for maybe when the company came. And one other very important thing, what is this at the bottom of her bed?
It's a chamber pot.
And what did you use it for?
Going to the bathroom.
One other cool thing to point out is this. This is a sewing machine. You guys might not sew yet, but you might eventually. But it was very important back then because they had to repair their clothes and repair their clothes. And that would have been one of the maid's jobs.